I had worked with the Ascended Master Serapis Bey. And when I say worked with, it was one of these things where I think he may have come up in a reading that I did for myself. And I decided to take it as a clue to work with him. So I basically said, Ascended Master Serapis Bey, will you please, once and for all, work with me, with his belief
Yeah.
system, to shift it into something positive for me and my relationship. I need to
Yeah.
have this resolved because I don't want to keep revisiting the same thought pattern again and again. And actually, it happened. I don't know how it happened, but in the space of, I did that on a new moon, and by the full moon, I had a different perspective completely. My whole perspective had changed on everything.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jenna Blackert.
And I'm Bianca Reina.
And this is the Hout Hustle Mystic Morning Show. Today we're talking with Rita Strough, and we are doing some more psychic readings. And as you've noticed, we've chosen some of our best of the best psychic readers for Psychic Week. Please plan to join us Monday through Friday for our summit from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time. We are going to have an intense week with, wow, so many guests, so many speakers, and including live for the first time, Adam Apollo.
Yeah, so it'll be really fun. We have 3 speakers joining us a day. So it's 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central. We get started and there's only 15-minute breaks in between. So we are going to move quickly, but it's going to be amazing. We've got a great lineup for you. And we're talking all about embodiment. So in other words, we're taking some of these bigger concepts and bringing it into how do we benefit our everyday lives.
I keep walking around saying, stop taking those Western meds and start really taking care of yourself naturally. And I had a previous show and I shared my all famous thing for UTI, but I think I might have found something even better. I had a place where there's a Target available, not a Whole Foods. So I had to get an alternative for my onset of a UTI, which seems to be something that I go through every 3 or 4 months now. This brand is called O-Pause, and I joked with my family. I said, I can't take that. I'm O negative.
That's cute.
But this brand, I've also now tried their probiotics. It's got the Demanos, it's got vitamin C, and it's got cranberry. I've put it in our Amazon shop, and I will put it on the chat, and you can check it out. I also put the probiotic that I used, and they have a ton of other ones that I'm really excited to try. So there's my morning brew with Woo.
And to get started with a little Mystic Space Weather News. Today's Mystic Space Weather News comes to us from spaceweather.com. It says a geomagnetic storm watch was canceled. A pair of slow-moving CMEs were expected to hit Earth on October 7th through the 8th, but they either missed their impacts or were too weak to notice. Whatever happened, today's G1 geomagnetic storm watch is canceled. And for Mystic Space Weather News, I wanted to give you this little thought so that you can take away and ponder over the weekend. It says, against mathematically impossible odds, your consciousness chose this exact body, this timeline, this reality. You've already experienced the most statistically improbable event in existence. And here's why scientists calculated that the probability of you being born as you are 1 in 400 trillion. That's just the odds of your unique genetic combination occurring. When you factor in all your ancestors meeting, surviving, reproducing at the exact right moments across thousands of generations, the actual odds become 1 in 10 to the power of 2,685,000. That's a number with 2 million zeros behind it, like it has a power, y'all. Then, for you to exist, now, billions of variables had to align perfectly across millennia. Every single one of your ancestors had to survive disease, war, famine, accidents long enough to meet the exact person at the right time. So here you are. That same intelligence that orchestrated all of these impossible odds to bring you here is the same one that you're asking to manifest money, love, or success. Think about what it takes to create you compared to what you're trying to manifest. Your existence required more precision than every lottery winner in history combined.
Wow.
Your desires are simple in comparison. So mathematicians say that your birth had zero scientific chance of happening. The odds were so astronomically low that statistically you shouldn't exist, but yet you do. And you are living evidence that the universe does not respect mathematical impossibility. It does the impossible as standard procedures. This is the same universe you are doubting that can bring you what you want. So you manifested your entire existence without even trying. The consciousness that achieved this isn't simply suddenly incapable of manifesting a relationship, financial abundance, or a new career. Those things are infinitely simpler than the miracle of your existence. One more thing, every time that you doubt whether manifestation works, remember, you are the result of the complex manifestation that's ever occurred. Your DNA, your consciousness, your specific life circumstances required more universal coordination than anything you're currently trying to create. Last sentence here, y'all. If the universe can pull that off, your current desires aren't even a challenge. Keep manifesting on with all the faith. And that's what I got for Mystic Space Weather News.
And the news segment, the celebrity woo in the celebrity news. As you might have heard, and as a senior Swiftie myself, Taylor Swift has a new album out. It's called Life. Yeah, you didn't know? Life of a Showgirl. And I get so much out of the empowerment of this girl. So here are 5 lessons that we've chosen as me, the senior Swiftie.
Okay.
A showgirl doesn't wait for the spotlight, but she builds her own stage. Energy is expensive, and not everyone deserves access to it. Power isn't about being perfect, it's about showing up again. And she doesn't ask for permission. She owns the story.
Ooh, Taylor is pretty profound.
I know. She was forced to wake up. She's a force to help people wake up too. So,
I love that.
All right, let's bring Rita up and we will do some readings and have some fun today.
Rita is an intuitive conscious channel who channeled her spiritual gifts during a challenging time in 2008. Since then, she has dedicated herself to helping others connect with their own divine guidance through classes and gatherings. Rita channels messages from the angels, ascended masters, elemental energies, and more, offering insights, healing, and support to those on a spiritual gift. Hola, welcome.
We had you on the last summit and we had some conversation. We had readings with you that just blew all our minds. My goodness.
Oh, well, thank you guys. I appreciate that.
We wanted to have you back, but it made me think of a question. What was it that when you took a step back or you were hesitant to really be all of this, what was going through your head and how did you overcome that?
I think for me personally, we all have lives going on outside of our spiritual work. And I think the pandemic changed a lot of things for obviously a lot of people, but trying to reemerge after having to withdraw was a challenge, as I'm sure it was for a lot of people. So for me, it was more of a re-engagement with something that I love and reimagining what my life could be now, because I'm getting older. I just turned 61 in September, and my husband literally just retired yesterday. This idea that we don't remain the same, nothing does, everything changes, and who I was 15 years ago is not who I am today, but it contributed to it. And the things that were important to me then may or may not be important to me now. So it's just a matter of reassessing the priorities of my life, where I wanted to put my energy and attention. I give you guys actually a lot of credit for doing what you do, because I know how much work it is to produce something of such quality that you're doing on such a regular basis. It is. It's a full-time job. For me, when I had my little radio show that I did for 7 years from this very basement, yes, I'm in my basement. It was a lot of work to just do one show once a week. You start realizing that you only have so much time left on this earth. Where do I want to spend it? And how do I want to spend it? And I'm just thrilled that this show and the two of you have given me an opportunity to see more people, to meet more people, to cast that net a little bit wider, because I'm not a social media person. I'm trying, but for someone my age, it is challenging to try to be out there and get yourself seen and recognized and known. A lot of the people that I know, actually a couple of friends that come to my regular gatherings have said, Rita, you're the best kept secret. Because we're like, we're keeping it. I'm like, you can share. I'm like, tell other people, but they're like, oh no, we don't want to share you. But it's true. I do my thing in my own way, in my own little circles. But I like to expand out to a wider audience, and this is giving me that opportunity. Thank you. I appreciate it.
We are very glad you came back.
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to just briefly, because I definitely want people to get a chance to experience and ask questions. I think that's really the brilliance of what you do. But can you give us a little bit of backstory of how you landed into doing this type of work? I know I talked about it on the bio, but I know that you also have a pretty interesting story about how you worked with Archangel Michael.
It's incredible as I think about it. I basically spent 25 years in corporate America in the insurance industry. And I had gotten to a point in my life in my early to mid 40s where I started to feel like, what is the point of all of this? What is the point of having a life if all I'm doing is rushing around and doing all this crazy stuff? I just began a little process of setting up a space for myself to meditate and to disconnect from the world. And in that process, I did have an experience with Archangel Michael. When I was a child growing up, I didn't think that I had any kind of magical abilities or anything. In fact, I had a mystical experience as a child that I couldn't define or understand. Later, as I awakened, I understood what it meant. As a teenager, I was curious about things like past lives and astral projection, but I was raised Catholic, so you just didn't talk about this kind of stuff. I shelved anything and everything related to intuition, spiritual development, because I thought it's just something I'm not supposed to dig into. And it didn't, again, reemerge until later in life when I felt this pressure to awaken. It was like almost a pressure. I like to call that symptoms of awakening, when you start to feel like you have to figure this out. Why am I here? Who am I and why am I here? So that really started it for me. This experience with Archangel Michael came during a meditation where I actually had a visualization of him come into my view and take a sword of light and drive it through me and say, I drive through from you. And it blasted me out. It opened me up. And then he filled me with this golden liquid that I later understood to be wisdom. And from that point on, the angels really helped initiate me and in the work that I do by just gently and over time opening up avenues for me to understand who I am as a person, who I am as a spiritual teacher or advisor or a channel or one here to serve. So I just go with the flow anymore with what I do. I just try not to put too much stress on myself to be perfect, to be out there, I don't want something that requires so much of me that I can't just simply enjoy the gifts that I've been given. And the thing I like most of all is actually interacting with people during these spiritual counseling sessions, because it's an amazing opportunity. It feels like we're opening the door to your spiritual support teams, your life, where everything about you. And it's in such a beautiful way. It just helps people really find answers to things. And even if they're not like concrete answers, they're getting the information that they need at that moment to help them figure it out themselves.
It's almost like just one piece at a time. And then once they get that awareness, then they're ready for some more.
Sometimes you just need to hear someone say something to you you already know deep inside of you, and then it validates it for you. Again, a conscious channel, I'm open and awake and aware, but I'm receiving, so I'm giving. And it's really meant for you or the person receiving it to pull it into yourself and make sense of it. I ask them to help clarify things when there's confusion, and they do. A lot of the times the information that comes through is almost like parables or analogies, or they put things in terms that make it easy to understand. So that you really you grasp the message much deeper way.
Do you think that you can even start with somebody with not even a question? You can just tap into their energy and tell them what's next for them?
Like me?
I was thinking that too.
Like you guys? Well, we can give it a shot.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Leonka, do you want to go first?
Yes, please.
Just tap into your energy and see what's going on with you. And just remind me again, where are you physically located?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Okay, hang on a second. Leonka's angels and guides, anything you want to share with her at this moment that's important for her or for her highest good? Hang on a second. So when I ask, I close my eyes and I wait for images or information to come in. So hang on. Okay, so I have to talk it out. The first thing they're showing me for you, Leonka, is that you are working really hard. It almost looks like someone who's been asked to gather up a lot of, say, apples or fruit that has fallen on the ground that needs to be collected. So I see you reaching down and grabbing things and putting them in the sack, and it's on your back and it's very heavy. So there's a lot that you're shouldering right now. It could be that there are resources, possibilities, potentials, opportunities that you want to collect because they're valuable. There's something valuable that you need to work hard to do, but it's also a strain on you and you need help. You need someone to help you with that. So part of this is just recognizing that you can't do it all by yourself. And it's funny because you guys are in a partnership, right?
Yeah. And we were stretching ourselves very thin. So we just hired 2 more new people.
Oh, good.
Yes,
Yeah, because
to
you
pick up a couple
definitely like
extra hours.
you're looking around and you're going, this, I need this is, I can't leave it here on the ground or it's going to rot. It's almost like a feeling of urgency.
Yes.
I can't imagine.
All the things that are out there for you, but it's the more you pick up, the heavier it gets and the harder it is to do. So they need you to lighten your load, maybe get a smaller bag. Don't feel like you need to collect every opportunity, just the ones that serve you or that feel good or that feel right, and leave the rest because someone else will pick it up and they'll do something with it. You don't have to operate like you're the only one who can do something with each one of these opportunities, if that makes sense.
Yes, we did hire, we're barely transferring that work off right now, but I still feel like I have to shoulder a lot of stuff. But is there more reprieve, or is there a pretty close new breaking point, a new opening, like an up leveling?
You're looking for a breaking point or something?
I'm looking for, is there like are we going to hit a new threshold?
Okay, hold on. Okay, Leonka's angels and guides, you heard her question and answer to that? They're like, only if you can get out of the field. Should you be the one who's even gathering this stuff? You need to elevate yourself above some of the work that you're doing in order to break through. You need that kind of support if you want to remain as energized, vibrant, and passionate about the work. So if you don't, it's going to begin to feel like it's too much. This is something that they want you to understand, that there is a chance for you to become the next level when you take yourself out of the day-to-day of the busyness of collecting those opportunities that are all over the place.
Okay.
So that's part of it. The part of the breakthrough is coming when you step back a little bit and elevate yourself. Yeah.
Fabulous.
Awesome. Thank you. Wow. That was so spot on.
Yeah, that was.
How about you, Janet? Did you want something too?
Yeah, I just don't know what question to ask. My nervous system was just crazy a few weeks ago, but now I'm chill.
Yes.
But I feel like I'm flowing again.
Okay.
But if you have any insights, I'm open to that.
Let's just see what your guides want to say.
Yeah.
Great.
All right, hold on.
I like that.
Oh, and I did have this really cool thing that happened the other night on a Monday or a Sunday night with this Tobias. And it felt like my 7 chakra centers were being attuned. And they were saying that we're giving this to you and you can do this too.
Oh.
But it was almost like 7 and beyond kind of.
Yeah, there's multiple above and below. So it's beyond just what's contained in the format of the physical body.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just ask you if there's something they want to share with you. Hang on.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay. Jeanette's angels and guides. Anything you want to share with her at this time? Okay. So they show you kicked back with your feet up and a cocktail. You still have your headphones on in this scene, but it's almost like you're just zoning out on the horizon. What did you want to say to her about that visualization? There's a time and a place for everything. You need to make that time to be nothing. So they want you, okay, there's this idea that in the taking off of the shoes and the putting of the feet up, the reclining and the cocktail, these are all like visual representations of relaxation. But more than that, beyond that, there is a need for you to snip those cords that are connecting all your thoughts to all the projects and all the people and all the ways that you see yourself in this world. Disconnect, if you can imagine it as an energetic release of some kind, feeling like you have little scissors, like little hair cutting scissors almost, and you're just giving your aura a trim. You want to kind of just snip away some of these energetic thought forms that are attached to you. And it may look like, if someone were to observe you, it may look like you're just staring out into space. But this is an extremely important thing for you to do. It's almost like a reset on a computer where everything goes blank and then it reboots and starts up. This is something that you need to consider doing. Really take yourself, give yourself like maybe a little detox, an energetic detox. If you can do it even for just a day. I know that might be hard because again, the two of you are your media personalities now. You have a lot of work to do to remain in the eye of the public. So part of this is just turning all the devices off, settling down and saying, I am just Jeneth.
Yeah.
Me, serve me now.
Yeah.
Spirit. And allow them to minister to your heart and soul. It doesn't have to be something that you're consciously aware of. You just zone out and you may fall asleep, but I see you with your eyes just vacantly staring off into the distance as if you're not really focusing on anything in particular, but allowing your drishti, your long vision to take hold, to look at something from, now you're aware, and say, where did you say you are? In Austin, Texas?
Austin, yes.
There's lots of wide open spaces there. So maybe there's a place you can go where you can just gaze off into a long view and just sit there, watch the sunset, something like that.
Wow.
Disconnect from everything.
Great.
Watch the angels that have your back going around and snipping all those little tiny, they're almost like threads of thoughts, of connections, of people, of duties and tasks and responsibilities and ideas and creative projects and like everything. It's just too much right now. So I think, again, that's probably why your nervous system was freaking out. You need to just chill. And then take a walk in nature, get your bare feet on the ground into the earth. Remember you're connected to Mother Earth. We always say this kind of stuff, but it really is important for your body to pure, connected, and tuned in to her vibe, which is very supportive and nurturing. So that's what they want you to do, though. Take a break, a little mini vacation from it all.
Yes.
You need that.
Thank you. That was highly accurate. I think it seems like
you guys are both really passionate and involved creators. And it's not just about the work. There's so much more than that to what you do. So it's okay for you to take a break, though, to take a step back. You will remain relevant, important, and in public eye. It's just for your own selves, you need to do a little reset, even if it's just for one day.
we're going to take some Mystique members. Some really cool stuff might come up from last night's conversation. Let's go ahead and start with Dana.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Rita.
Hi, Dana.
The last Friday, I had quite the experience. I know that I have two twin crystalline dragons with me. And normally I've only had the male come through with light language. And last Friday, my male and the female came through and they met in my heart space and they both had a transmission come through me. And I'm just wondering, I know that I'll be channeling other beings as well, but I'm just wondering how I'll be working with the dragons. I know that behind the scenes, I do ley line activations and grid work with them, but I was just wondering if you can expand on that for me.
Sure. Now, Dana, if I may ask, where are you physically located?
I'm in Colorado.
And where in Colorado?
Fort Collins.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you. Dana's angels and guides, any guidance you can offer her with respect to channeling the dragon energy and everything she just asked. because of your bravery in stepping forward at this time to honor us, to work together. We are working to create an environment that is hospitable for all of us to join you. For it is not just these you speak of, but others, and the dragon worlds that exist within the worlds inside worlds. Know that there are beings that have important information to bring through you. As you see yourself evolving to channel this information, know it's important for you to maintain your health, your weight. Do not worry if you feel too heavy. It is important for you to feel that extra weight, to feel complete, to feel whole, to feel solid like a rock. Our stone is black, obsidian, glass. This color comes through you in a multitude of ways, and know that it anchors and harnesses you to our energies, which can be volatile for others, but not for you. Take heart here, my love. We work together now, all of us, and we'll invite others to come along for the journey, if that is okay with you. It is a simple matter of simply extending the invitation in your heart to the rest of our community of Dragons of Light. There are many forms of our kind existing now in the regions and realms around, within, and above the earth, below and deep in the waters of the earth, all the way down into the mantle, and even in the parts that you cannot understand yet. Know that these different kinds and forms of elemental frequency dragons have also something to say. But no, for now, the work we do is simply to accustom you to the frequencies that we hold, which are a bit heavier than what others are used to or can handle. As it comes through here, do you understand?
Yes, thank you so much.
Whoa.
And I just updated all of my health, and so I'm all healthy and good to go. Thank you.
You're talking about this idea of weight. If you've been feeling like, oh, I need to lose weight, or I feel too heavy, or I feel sluggish, or I feel like if there's a heaviness that comes over you, that is okay, because that's helping you ground into that
Stay
dragon
grounded.
energy. But they're showing me that where you're talking about having crystalline dragons, there are all these other kinds. Fire dragons, etheric dragons, all kinds of frequencies of dragons that have different hues and colors and lights and languages. And so you're right now just working with this pair, but they want to extend this invitation because they say if you can learn their language, then they can help interpret the others' languages for you to share. And then you will be led as to how to determine, distinguish, differentiate which kind of dragon you're bringing. They will help you with all of that. So there's just this beginning piece now. A lot of it has to do with feeling like you're almost in the earth, part of the earth. They talk about this black glass obsidian. It looks like it's glassy, this crystalline color that's coming through for you that reflects firelight. It's just beautiful. And it has this real power to it that can help you imagine them, feel them, recognize them, speak for them. They speak through you.
Wow.
Allow it to happen, and it will evolve over time. So I'm really excited, Dana, that you're doing that work. The dragons are incredibly powerful and really very high frequency. So it's a different kind of a connection that's really cool.
Thank you. I just understood that the crystalline dragons were actually a part of me, but I know that there's other dragons that will be coming through, but that they're always with me. So that's why I brought them up.
Yeah.
Black obsidian is the composite that Nostradamus used for the looking glass. So he would often tell his pupils to look into the fire and would use black obsidian in order to start to have that view, if you will, into looking into the future, into some of his prophecy as well. So I thought that was very interesting that came through as well.
And that's funny because I've been feeling pulled to actually get like a black obsidian mirror to do some scrying.
There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm seeing a shiny, it's like almost like a raw or rough crystal, but it has a large side to it that is reflective, that is almost like a looking glass. So yeah, that's your validation to go get that.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Wow.
welcome.
Wow, that was really amazing.
So cool.
It makes me want to send her one of my dragon voyages that specifically is about meeting all the different dragons.
Well,
Wow.
she's a Mystique member. You should totally
I
do
know.
that. That's the love.
Fabulous. That actually makes me want to ask you another question to see if you can group channel this. Last night in Mystique, one of the questions really came up. How do you really change a belief system? Like not just a single thought and elevate. And we had a way and we gave a method, but I'm wondering if we could get some more clarity on that.
And before you answer that, just for the people that are listening, Mystique is our inner, so it's our membership, and so it's more private, and we join on a call once a month.
That's a great question. I think that over time, your belief systems will change just through your own awakening process and the interactions that you have with these higher beings as you begin to see the truth that's revealed to you that resonates with you, other beliefs begin to fall away. But I can also tell you that in my personal life, I have called upon different ascended masters to help me change my belief system. For the longest time, I had this feeling about my husband. Now, we've been married for 37 years, a long time. And it was always this feeling like, oh, I don't know if I'm with the right person. As I was awakening, I went through a lot of work that was centered around that particular relationship. A lot of that confusion about my relationship, the way I felt about it, is what almost prompted me to move through my awakening, along with who am I and what am I doing here. I had worked with the Ascended Master Serapis Bey. And when I say worked with, it was one of these things where I think he may have come up in a reading that I did for myself. And I decided to take it as a clue to work with him. So I basically said, Ascended Master Serapis Bey, will you please, once and for all, work with me with this belief system to shift it into something positive for me and my relationship. I need to have this resolved because I don't want to keep revisiting the same thought pattern again and again. And actually, it happened. I don't know how it happened, but in the space of, I think I did that on a new moon, and by the full moon, I had a different perspective completely. My whole perspective had changed on everything. And I realized the most important relationship I have is with myself, and how I can look at someone who is in my life and see them as an individual with their own way of being. And you either accept them or you choose not to be with them.
And that is a belief system in its own right.
So as you choose to accept, in this case, this person for who, and all other people, every single person. So it works now, it works with every relationship. I no longer feel like, oh, you're annoying me, I have to change. Sometimes people can annoy you or you get angry with them, but you see them as an actor on a stage, a role, and they're playing the hands they were dealt. Their own thoughts and their own actions and their own decisions are all moving through their own filters, which have been affected by their growing up years, their environment, everything. Each person is like a completely complex novel of so much. Everybody has a story. Who am I to sit here and judge somebody or say they should be this way or they should be that way to make me happy? No, I'm not responsible for his happiness. He's not responsible for mine. And that belief system was changed because I worked with Serapis Bey. It happened in other times too through my awakenings working with the Hindu goddess Durga. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Beautiful, wonderful. She's like this fierce warrior who makes you see things you've refused to see or recognize, and goes deep.
Yeah. Wow.
Right.
You broke up a tiny bit, so just heads up.
We're going to queue up the next caller and just start taking some callers here.
Okay.
Right. All right, Joe, you're up.
Okay, I've got so much going on. I'm just going to open it up, and I'm in Houston.
Okay. I have to talk this one out too. So the first thing they're showing me is you going down a ladder with a miner's hat and a light on. So it's a symbolic message of kind of going deep, but let me see what they want to tell you. Hang on. Why are you showing this for Joe? What do you want to say to him? You're not afraid. You're definitely not afraid to go deep, to see what's underneath the surface. And now is the time. You have everything you need with you. Notice that you've got your tool belt. So you've got your headlamp so that your hands are free, so that you can hold on to that ladder and take your time. They even show like you've got like a tool in your teeth, like a screwdriver or something. So it's like you've got work to do and you've got everything with you and you're intending to go down into some either darker places within yourself or something that needs to be discovered and brought to the surface. It almost feels like the latter, like there's something exciting or new or I don't know, even maybe something maybe you were told you shouldn't get into, that you're going to go and you're going to investigate it. It almost gives me the feeling of an archaeologist who goes down into a site and isn't quite sure what they're going to find, but they know there's something valuable and important down there. So I don't know if that resonates for you, Joe, but it does feel like you're being asked to descend, to go deep, to go into a space that has a lot of change or mystery for you, to bring something up to the surface because it needs to be seen. You need to understand what it is that you're dealing with. Part of this comes to you to say that you have always seemed to want to avoid confrontation or put it off or say that there will come another time when I can handle this. But we're saying to you, don't wait another minute. Give yourself the pleasure to know that you can and should investigate, see what's beneath the surface. For when you do, you will be equipped to handle whatever you find. There is nothing to be afraid of, only new discoveries to be made. And as you do, you are benefiting not only yourself, but others in the revelations that come from this work. Speak to the Azrael angel. Okay, they're asking you to speak to Archangel Azrael, who is an angel who typically deals with things like death, dying, the other side, working with energies around shifting, changing, leaving, removing yourself from situations or putting yourself in a new, more suitable situation. So Azrael is almost like this angel of transformational change, like when one thing dies and another thing is born. There may be some hesitation on your part because you don't think that you're equipped or ready, but they're telling you that you are. I don't know. Does that make sense to you, Joe?
Every bit of it, dead on target.
There you go. So yeah, you're totally equipped and you're ready. It's enough is enough. I'm rolling up my sleeves. If I get dirty, if I find something that is distasteful, if there's something there that frightens me, I'm brave enough now and I'm equipped now to deal with it. And I'm not afraid anymore. I'm going to deal with it once and for all.
I love
So
that.
this is a wake-up call to just go do it.
And the honest truth is, I'm already dirty.
You've already been down there.
Yeah. He has a level of vulnerability that's expanding for sure. All right, we have 2 more Mystique members and then we'll go to some others.
You got your tools.
There's tools, headlamp.
All right, Tiffany, you're up.
Thank you, Joe.
Hi, everyone. I was hoping for some clarity for an event that happened last night. I was getting ready for the Mystique Society meeting that we have monthly, and about 10 minutes before, I had a migraine attack, like one that felt like nothing I've ever had. And I'm starting to wonder if it was a Kundalini experience.
Okay.
Even my husband brought the thermometer because I had surgery last week to make sure I wasn't having like febrile hallucinations. I just remember grabbing my bed saying, God help me, God help me. It was so intense. And I blacked out. And then when I came to, I heard the door shut, like something walked out. But all I could do was just be with that intensity. Like I could not move. I felt like I was either going to throw up or... So I was just wondering, was it spiritual or should I go get checked out?
That's a valid question. Tiffany, where are you
why
located?
Fremont, Ohio? And I was also wondering, why did it happen just during that time of our meeting? That was the most disappointing part.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, let me see if we can get some answers. Hang on.
And while she's connecting in, Tiffany, yesterday during the meeting, we were both thinking about you. And get this, Dana asked the question, who here has had a Kundalini experience? It was one of the first times we had brought up the subject.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating that you are here with this today. But anyway, just wanted to put that out into the world.
Okay.
All right, let me see what your guides and angels want to say. Tiffany's angels and guides, any explanation or information about what she experienced last night? Hang on. She wants to know if it was spiritual or if it's a condition, anything like that, or just any information. Oh yeah, it was spiritual. Okay, so here's what they showed. They showed you, they said, step back, take a step back, and then your hands go down, your head goes up, and I see this like energetic just come through you. So let me see if they can explain what's happening to her. They want to say, did you feel it in your teeth? Did your teeth or your jaw? Okay, something about your teeth and jaw. Hold on. Okay, can you guys give her any information that would help explain this? Anything relevant? Because you have followed this course in your life to open up, to become accessible, to tap into your own empathic powers and abilities. Know that this leaves you open and vulnerable on some sides. There are times when others are attracted to that light that are not invited or intended to be part of your experience. And so, as we do in many ways for many people, we will work on you while you are in a state of preparation. Preparing for something opens the door for healing to occur. And this is what happened. There was a time here in this body when you may have felt unsafe, unsure of yourself, unsteady, unbalanced, out of shape, out of form, out of connection, disconnected. So this process that you've been working on to regain your sense of self, balance, and self-mastery is leaving parts of you open to discovery by entity energies and those others who are attracted to light forms. You perceived it as a migraine and felt this intense pressure. We apologize for that experience and hope that you will feel better in the moments following this conversation to know we are sending healing balm to protect and surround you in a way that is non-threatening, harmful, or painful to you. But there was a need at that moment to take a step in the direction of purification, of a system reboot, if you will, or a reconnection to source energy. And it is overwhelming to the sensitive nature of your body. We notice how you put tendrils out into the universe and attract so much to you, and is similar to what we described for Jeneth, in that you must take time to cleanse, clear, purify, and rebalance the auric field around you in order to attract only that which is the highest good for your soul's growth at that moment and nothing else. You must set that boundary in place every day and close it at the end of the day, much in the same way you open your door in the morning to go out, and then when you return, you lock it behind you to be safe inside your home. This is what we are saying to you, Tiffany, that it is important for you to recognize the extreme sensitivity of your body and how you have extended small tendrils out into various parts of the universe, attempting to connect with and balance parts of yourself. Know that we work alongside of you and will insist that each time we come to help you, we set the ground rules that this should not cause pain. This was not caused by something physical that needs expert advice or counsel. However, as we always do, because you are human, you should not rule that out and always take a precaution on the side of the medicine available to you on the planet. Know that we work on an energetic frequency with you and do apologize for any pain caused by this purification process. So I saw basically they had, you must have been getting ready for this or preparing. And what that does is it opens you up. So they saw an opportunity to help you, and they insisted that you step back into this column of electric light energy that basically cleanses your whole field and shuts down connections to other places and things. Your energetic body is very sweet, very trusting, very kind, very welcoming, and you're overly sensitive and empathic. And so you're always sending goodwill, wishes, prayers, intentions to people and places and things. And there's the desire to have a two-way street here, to connect with loving, kind, supportive energy. But what that has done has almost exposed you to other energies that are almost like energy vampires, if you will, that want to kind of glom onto that and just suck it right out of you. So the guides, in the way that they're describing this, in that moment as you were preparing, saw an opportunity to step in and say, let's just do this cleanse here. Let's shoot a column of white light through her in all directions. And they did not realize that your sensitive body would feel it in the way that you did. So they do apologize for having caused any physical complications or pain, but know that it was this energetic kind of a cleanse or a refresh that they wanted to do for you, if that makes sense.
Wow.
That's fascinating. It makes sense. My energetic cleansing has not been daily like usual since the surgery. And
You
then
had
with
surgery
this,
too? What kind of surgery did you have?
I had a hysterectomy last
Okay.
Thursday.
Anytime I think that there is that kind of work on the body, that again opens vulnerable areas in your
Oh.
fields. Again, perhaps I think they were just trying to assist you, and you do have a really generous spirit. It's beautiful. I can't describe it any other way. It just feels like beautiful little tendrils that are just, you're always out there feeling like to connect, to become, to grow, and you want to share. And so that is very attractive to so many that you do need to actually put up your fences. And I would just call on my angels if I were you. Just call on your angels to surround and protect you at every moment to help you with
Okay.
that.
Thank you. It's really good to know. Thanks.
You're welcome, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking and sharing, Tiffany. So beautiful.
We're going to take one more inner circle member. Paula, you're up.
Hi, Rita. Hello,
Hi,
everybody.
Paula.
Hey.
So I just have a question if there's anything from my guides or angels. I've been feeling a lot of trying to decipher if I'm receiving messages or if I'm thinking, like wanting it to be a message and it's not actually a message.
Yeah.
In making some decisions coming up about some next steps in my growth and things like that. So I'm just looking for any clarification and insights on that. And hopefully I've done my good work with Ganesha and he doesn't bust through again.
I
Give
love
me a
it.
stern talking to.
Now, where are you located?
I'm in Alabama near.
Birmingham, Alabama. Okay. All right. The question is, are you deciphering or are you receiving information or are you making it up? Is that the question? If you want to know
Yeah.
if it's like, this is real true guidance or if you think you're constructing it. All
Yeah,
right.
and how I can decipher the difference.
Okay.
What's
Okay. Hang on a second. Paula's angels and guides, anything you want to offer to her with respect to that question? The knowing comes from feeling it and knowing it in your body. The body is the one that you can count on, trust, and rely upon to tell you the truth at all times. Any decision that you need to make from any information that comes from anywhere, take it into your body, see how it sits with you, makes you feel. If you feel good and comfortable about it, then that is the correct decision. So concerns your ideas here, whether or not you are really truly receiving or just inventing this. Know that we use the imagination and we use your language and we use your thoughts and we use your language to create information and messages for you. Know that you can trust it if you open your heart and feel it there. And know that if there is something that you are thinking you perhaps created on your own, set up an example or scenario for this to be determined for you. Create an either or, a yes, no kind of an answer scenario and ask for a sign to show you something if the answer is yes, and to show you something else if the answer is no. Many people also use pendulums. This one does not, but others do and find it very helpful in determining what to trust. But we say to you, your body is your ally in this sense. When people talk about having a sense, another sense, a sixth sense, if you will, it is truly the feeling that the body gives to you when you know something is true or correct. Allow yourself to just trust what you're feeling in your guts. This sounds like a simple solution, and it is, because humans were designed to communicate with those in the non-physical realms. You are equipped for this work, each and every one of you are a channel and can open to receive your information. It is just a matter of learning how and learning to turn off self-doubt and accept what you receive. Know that you can feel its truth inside of your body. If you have to make a decision, whether you should like leave a job, stay, relationship, whatever it is, take it into yourself and say, how do I feel about this? Do I feel like I'm ready to go? Or should I leave? If the answer is I'm not ready yet, then you're not ready yet. Wait. We have to learn that there's things like divine timing too that kind of have a way of working these things out for us. So if we feel like we're stuck or we're not getting an answer or things aren't moving in the right direction, it's not like we're doing anything wrong. Again, once again, release your hands from the steering wheel, lay back, relax, chill out, and then take a breath and see what happens next. You don't have to make, this is something that I learned, you don't have to make as many decisions as you think you do. You can just say, I'm not ready to make a decision yet, or I don't want to deal with this right now. I'm going to put it on hold. If something truly does need your attention and truly does need to be decided on, your life will become painfully difficult because spirit, universe, force of life, whatever, will make it happen, will push you. You will get pushed into doing what you have to do if you've missed the signal, so to speak. Does that make sense, Paula?
It does, but I also have this like unrelenting FOMO about thinking that I need to be a part of all of these things in order to make sure I'm growing and doing all of the things. And so I think that's where I get a little bit tripped up is that feeling. Is it FOMO or is it like really, yeah, this is for you?
Again, I can totally relate to that too. I think in the beginning of an awakening process, you're going to be drawn to a lot of different things and you're going to feel like you want to do everything. And it's just not humanly possible to have that kind of capacity to handle all of that. Some of it may be something that you'll dig into down the road, but just deal with what's right in front of you. Take the first thing or the thing that's most close to what you're feeling that you want to do and work on. And if you're not missing out, because again, the divine timing, it's almost in astrology, these returns, the planets come back again time after time to help us revisit things that we need to deal with in our lives. If you're not doing it now, just trust that if it's for you, it's going to come back around again, maybe in another form. I've had that happen too with different teachers and things that I was learning early on, and everyone would be so excited about something, and I'm listening to it. So you put it away, and then 5 years later, you find that book again, you open it, you're like, oh my God, like, how did I not see this? Because you're not ready for it yet. So there's that too. There's all these little kind of things that come along throughout your spiritual journey that if you're not feeling it or you just can't do it or the idea of trying to do everything exhausts you, then don't do it all. Do the practices that feel good. Like me and my friend Ann used to joke all the time that if we did everything that we were supposed to do when we first wake up in the morning, we would never get out of the house.
Yes.
You'd be like, I'd have to meditate. I have to do this. I have to. No, you don't have to do any of that. The idea is that you should try to, as a person, carve out a little bit of time every day to disconnect from the world and go in. That's the easiest way to think about it. Just go inside and say, what do I need right now? I'm finding in my own life that I need more movement. So I found this old DVD of Qigong positions and stuff. I started doing that. I'm like, I love this.
Yeah.
Looking into maybe taking the Tai Chi or Qigong. And
I think that was a great question for everyone. I think everyone can receive from it some of these navigation things, right? Leonka and I have done this a long time, as well as some of the other people on the line. And we forget to talk about like how to navigate some of these frequencies. And I guess to say not overwhelm you, right? Go to the things that you're called to go to, right? What feels fun and expansive instead of I've started this, I got to do it all the time, every single time. And I think it's just that's what I've learned in my own life. There's certain things that, okay, I have to be on this training. We want to take a minute to talk about your special offer, how people can work with you. You've made it an incredibly reasonable pricing. So I'm going to open that up for a minute and just say what a session with you really looks like.
Thank you. I know I'm probably one of the most underpriced people out there. I don't know why. I think it's because I want people to receive what they need, and I enjoy doing this work. But a spiritual counseling session is an opportunity to do what we just did here in little bites, but go deeper and more personal with whatever's concerning you. It is very similar to what you've experienced right here, where we sit down, we create sacred space and open up that channel to talk to your guides, angels, your body. You'd be surprised how much is there for you when you open up. The other thing too is, as a conscious channel or as a channel, I have the ability to connect with deceased loved ones. If you want to connect with someone who's passed away, we can do that. As a channel, consciousness is using it as a vehicle, but we have a relationship. Sometimes the body needs to tell you things. Sometimes what comes up, maybe things connected to a past life, which can be extremely healing when you finally figure out where the origin or source of some distress in your life is coming from, and then we heal it. Oftentimes too, it moves beyond just a psychic reading or a mediumship session into some kind of channel healing experience, depending on what's going on and what your guides want to do. I do them on Zoom. They are recorded, and then I send you a recording of that. So you can download it and keep it and listen to it again and again. When I do the connection, I see you. Like I see you, who you are when you're not this personality. I don't know how to describe it, but it's pretty cool and fascinating. And I'm constantly wowed by the ability. I'm thankful for it, first of all, and just every single person I connect for, it's just as exciting for me as it is for them.
Any final words or parting words for message for us, the group here today?
Oh my gosh. First of all, just thank you. Like deep gratitude to everyone for being here, and know that you're not alone. This is the most important thing I think that we forget. We're not alone. Of course, we have friends and family, but beyond that, we're here to enjoy life. We're here to actually experience what it's like to be a human on earth at this time. And that means engaging with life, with all of our senses, and enjoying every day. It may be difficult at times, but that's what we're here to do. So when we get wrapped up in our heads, or we're worried about something, or we're dwelling in the past and we're not in the present moment, we're not really enjoying life. So the message is to come back again and again to the here and now, to the real you, which is the you. Come back to that, because that's where you should be grounding. You should be grounding into the truth of your divine nature, which means we're all sparks of the divine. We're little holographic gods and goddesses, each one of them. We have the ability to create, to manifest, to change our circumstances, to change our belief systems, to change our habits, to change everything. We don't have to stay static, and we're going to change anyway. So learning how to tap into your guides, your angels, your support teams, taking time to just go in every now and then, at least once a day, that's going to change your life. You're going to feel so much better when you recognize that whatever's going on out here in the world is temporary, and what's real and permanent and true is what's in here.
Absolutely.
And you can make this reflect out there. Yes.
Fabulous.
It's true.
Fabulous. Thank you so much.
You're
Oh my
welcome.
gosh, thank you. Thank you. We'll go ahead and let
So
you.
much fun.
Yes.
Thank
A
you.
couple.
I love you too. You guys are
Oh,
great.
we love you. A couple comments. Great call. Thanks so much. Big hearts, lots of prayers. Thank you, Rita. You're a total gem. And thank you. Thank you. Truly incredible. So beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
A couple quick announcements.
We have a summit happening next
Yes.
week. It's Monday through Friday. It starts every day at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And we have 15 guests going to play with us, including some really surprise, awesome ones. that I'm excited for you to play
Experience.
with. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And we have a live event. It's November 7th through the 9th. It'll be here in Austin, Texas. It's very much a retreat style. Even if you're coming alone, this is the thing that you would want to do because you're going to make connections with the people that are in this very intimate setting. It's actually at my house. So it's going to be outside, some of it. It'll be near a fire. We're going to go through some energy work. Jennifer is going to do body work. I'm going to share how to do a group QHHT session, so quantum hypnotic healing. We're going to listen to some light language come through.
We're going to do some dragon voyages.
That's right. Just imagine creating these relationships with these women that are also women and men, deep men, who are going to really take you through this profound transformative experience, and you will never forget these people, I promise you. And that is the joy that I've had in working with Jenith when I first was introduced to a live event setting. It's going to be really fun. If you have any questions or if you are on the fence about it, email us at team@houthustle.com. That's HAUTEHUTLE.com. Again, you can get it by joining us at www.houthustle/.
And
to get the summit. If you're going to jump on the summit to make sure you're getting your free pass, it's also houthustle.com/summit.
try to keep the URLs a little bit easy. If you're looking for Rita's package,
There
it's
you go.
houthustle.com/Rita. If you missed Courtney's session on Tuesday, it was profound. And she only has room for so many people. If you're interested in that, make sure that you do check out her details. She's at houthustle.com. All right. We will see you on
Monday. Don't forget, even if it's a holiday, join us because we will be live. We're How Hustle, and we're just reminding you to
take a little time to enjoy the
woo.
Bye
Have a
bye,
good one.
everyone.